What's going on, everybody? Today we got another very special guest, Eryk Anders, UFC fighter and now actor. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, before we get into your, role on Cobra Kai, how did you initially get into MMA?
The whole football thing didn't work out for me. I just found myself being bored, frustrated, and looking to let off some steam. So I walked into a gym, started training, and fell in love with it almost immediately.
Yeah, so was did the UFC contact you for this, or did you submit yourself for the Cobra Kai role, or how did that all play out?
Um, Man, neither. To be honest, they filmed a movie here a few years ago called Embattled. And they use the gym to practice all their stunts and that kind of thing. And the stunt coordinator at the time became a stunt director, and he got on with Cobra Kai. So they're filming in Atlanta, which is like 2.5 hours away. So like, hey, we got this part. A bunch of the guys were extras and stunt doubles in Cobra Kai and in Battle, and they were like, hey, would you want to do this? And I was like, I'll throw my hat. So
Yeah.
I did have to like submit like an audition tape and my things like that, all that good stuff, and they gave me the part, so it was cool.
Yeah, so all your fight scene was shot in Atlanta.
Yep. hmm It took for that scene where I walk up and grab Miguel, and then later on when I fight Johnny Lawrence, that took 24 hours to shoot, two 12-hour days to shoot that stuff. I did not realize how exhausting uh, that stuff is until I fought Johnny
Absolutely.
Lawrence 100 times.
Yeah, speaking of that, what was it like, choreographing that scene and getting to work with William Zabka?
Dude, he's cool, man. He is Johnny Lawrence. Like his personality, his little one-liners to be hitting you with. He is. I'm sure that role is such a natural role for him because he is Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah, so was this your first like time actually having to act, and have you had like any like acting classes or anything going into it?
No acting classes, first time, and yeah, I don't think it's too hard. It's just one of those things where you got to do it
Yeah,
more and more and more to get comfortable. Not being you in front of other people because I'm not like that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
um, it's cool to kind of like step out of yourself and into somebody else. I see why people want to be actors outside of like the money because it was kind of cool. Like I'm not Mexican, but it felt cool to play a Mexican, to play like that bodyguard hitman type. Um,
yeah.
strong silent type. I really didn't say much and got to fight Johnny Lawrence, so it was a cool experience.
Yeah, so how did you guys shoot the part of the fight where he like sprays with pepper in your eye?
Oh, that was like it wasn't a real pepper. Like they filmed him tossing a pepper, but what he actually put in my eyes was like wadded up tissue with red dye on it, so it still looked red. So it was like I think
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
yeah. I do gotta ask, is it weird, not actually hitting someone though? Like I know, you're a fighter and having to sort of fake a fight.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like you have to throw like the punches wide so that the camera can see the punch, and like you can't throw it like straight. Like you have to like lift your elbow and almost throw it down. And it was a cool experience. When the first time we did, I like we're throwing real punches, and they're like, "No, dude, you
Right.
can't throw them like that because the camera can't see the punches." And then you have to throw them like on a beat. Like it's not just like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2. So like what you see on there is actually a little bit faster than we actually did it, I think.
Yeah, so I did see where you have an upcoming fight this December. Any other details on that? And yeah,
Yeah, I'm fighting Kyle Dawkins December 3rd in Orlando. I think it's at the Amway Center there in Orlando. Maybe where the Magic play, I think, actually. Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah. Final question for you. I know you got to get back to training. What was your favorite overall part of filming Cobra Kai and get to be a part of the franchise
Man, I think just actually fighting Johnny Lawrence, it's like it's not a huge part, but it's still a pretty big part. Like it's the number one show on Netflix. Got to see my face, got to fight a little bit. Even though I lose and get head kicked, it is what it is. It's still a
now?
fun
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for coming on. Everybody, be lookout for him on December 3rd for his next fight, and good luck.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for having me.